In this section, we'll be talking about scope management. We talked about requirements, such as scope tools, the RASI matrix or RT matrix, and the revision histories that we've done throughout the scope management process. We'll also be talking about scope and the objectives that are under that. Those will include the months that we actually planned each stage. And lastly, we'll finish off with the change control management. The scope requirements. Tools used to facilitate the scope of this project will include focus groups, questionnaires, surveys, interviews, and testbed workshops. In particular, focus groups will include separated brainstorm sessions with different departments on what currently works with CallUs Inc. Incorporated online knowledge base and what does not work. Any additionally parked items will be looked at, and where to improve will also be another thing looked at in this section. Scope requirements. All results provided by the tools used in the project's scope management will greatly increase the project progress and accuracy of the project. Additionally, the Six Sigma RASI matrix will include accountability and communication assignments to each participating team lead in each phase of the project. This chart will only incorporate key participants to reduce time gaps and increase phase fluidity to complete the project at an earlier date. Lastly, a revision of the scope statement throughout the life of the project is essential for the success of our team, the 5 o'clock calls. The scope details. Point of Share will introduce an enterprise online knowledge-based solution for call centers looking for a reservoir of information relative to their business, readily accessible for any employee wanting to find information or knowledge pertaining to the company. The project will be based in a 6 to 8 month time frame to complete. Month 1 will be allocated for acquiring company data and information flow results to place into the database reservoir for beta testing. Months 2 to 3 will be allocated for beta testing small pools of current employees to get feedback of the project's progress. Month 4 and 5 will be allocated for tailoring and revising the current documentation of the project's objectives, constraints, and approach based on the previous months of testing. Month 6 will be allocated for the final revisions, timeline documentations on how to roll out the migration, and the actual deployment of the project deliverables. The approach we've listed will give us a 2-month buffer period to control any issues that lay outside the scope of the project. Lastly, this will give us a guideline for approaching, informing, and delivering any similar tasks in the future, regardless of what company we're working for. And lastly, change management. Here's a breakdown of our work breakdown schedule. There are some key points to touch on regarding this budget breakdown. In our cost management section, we noted that budget overrun occurs with the purchase of 500 licensed users under the Windows 7 Enterprise. This is adequately addressed in the remaining slide, but overall, the WBS accurately approaches the budgeting and time constraints of this project.